Well, that's another milestone. I still find it crazy that less than a year ago, I wasn't even at 1,000 subscribers, and we've already hit 2,000. Obviously, I have to thank you guys for sticking with me here recently, because the upload drought has been kind of crazy. But anyway, let's get on to the questions. Will I make another town tier list since the old one has outdated information since Wilsonville, Waukesha, and Wanaska got removed and other towns were added? Honestly, I've considered it, but it's not likely that it'll actually happen because I don't want to be the guy who makes the same video over and over again. And if it does eventually come to the channel, it'll be in the form of like a mega tier list because I'm really not a fan of making a bunch of 3-minute long videos. I want to have actual long form content. What was the most EF5 indicators ever recorded untwisted, and what was the most famous twisted world record? Well, we're not really sure what the most EF5 indicators was because that's not really something that people keep track of, so that's not really something I can give you the answer to. And the most famous twisted world record is obviously a very subjective thing. If we're going to go 1.20 plus, I'm probably going to have to say the 1.98 mile wide tornado, just because there's not a single person who doesn't know of that tornado. And if we're talking the most famous record of all time, I'd probably say the 359. If you want to check out the 359, Iron Tents has a really good video on it. Go watch that. What is something you really want to see added in a Twisted update? See, now there's so many things that I want to see for the future of Twisted. It's really difficult to just pick one. If I had to pick, I'd probably say the Toyota RAV4 though, because I really want to see a Toyota RAV4 of any year. What has been the most fun chase in Twisted? Me personally, I had a bunch of fun recording, editing, and just being there for the 1.77 mile wide tornado because it was my largest tornado ever, and it still is, and it was my first 300 plus at 327 miles an hour. It was just a surreal experience to be there. I loved every second of it. And I did make a video on that chase, so you can go watch that. Since my favorite town, Waukesha, got removed in 1.20, what's my favorite town now? Honestly, I really like Hibbing as a town. It was almost my favorite town even before Waukesha got removed, but I mean, since there is no more Waukesha, yeah, it's gonna be Hibbing. What was my favorite chase with Kraz? The 1.77 mile wide tornado was my favorite chase ever, and he was there, so that one. Who is my favorite Twisted YouTuber? See, now that's actually a really difficult decision for me to make because I know so many of them so well, so I'm gonna give you my overall answer and my answer out of all my friends. Out of all my friends, I'm gonna have to say that my favorite YouTuber is probably Kraz because just the way that he takes the chases and puts them into videos like so differently for me, yet it's still the same thing, it is just impressive. I don't understand how he does it. Like, we will make 2 videos on the exact same chase and it will end up like completely different outcomes. The best example I have is probably of this Hazelton tornado here from, oh gosh, that's been a year ago. Out of every Twisted YouTuber ever though, I'm probably gonna have to say Tofu because the amount of effort he just puts into every video is ridiculous. I don't think I could ever do that without like making YouTube my absolute #1 focus, which it really isn't that right now. How realistic do I think Twisted will get in the next couple of updates? Honestly, I kind of think it might get even a little bit less realistic just here in the near future because after all, Twisted's goal is to be an arcade game, not really a realistic game. So whatever direction the game goes in, I don't really care as long as it's still fun. And what happened to Kraz's channel? He just hasn't uploaded or streamed. Yeah, that's about it. What am I most excited for in 1.21? See, now I'm not really going to go too much into that because I kind of have some information that I'm not really supposed to know when it comes to the update, so I'm just going to keep quiet about that topic for now. Can I make a car tier list? Again, that would probably go into like a mega tier list video where there's more than one tier list in one video. In my opinion, which Twisted version was/is the best? I had the most fun in 1.17 personally, but that's really kind of driven by nostalgia. Out of all the updates where I think it was a good balance between simplicity and ridiculousness, I'd probably say 1.18 because I have a lot of ridiculous memories from there. What are my thoughts on Prior Lake having an EF5 indicator somewhere possibly in the city? Honestly, I wouldn't be against it. It would be a really cool spot to see an EF5 indicator. It would really fit there as well. Like maybe if you throw in, I don't know, a Walmart, for example? What is my favorite fruit? That's a difficult decision because I really like apples and I really like bananas. But picking one is going to be difficult. I'm probably going to say apples just because I eat them more often. Will I ever make another Discord server? The answer to that is yes, and I already have made it, and if you want to, you can join the server right now. The link is in the description. If you're 13 years or older, the server serves the purpose of getting announcements to you guys early, sneak peeks to videos, and maybe even you could get the chance to share a storm chase with me. Again, you have to be 13 years or older to join though, because you being younger than 13 would result in a ban from my server and possibly even Discord for violating the terms of service. Now, anyway, back to the rest of the video. What is the widest tornado I've ever seen? Man, you guys really like bringing up the 1.77 mile wide tornado today, don't you? Because it is, once again, that. What does my gaming setup look like? You know what, I can't really explain that, so I'll just give you a quick tour. The setup right now is kind of messy, so bear with me, but I mean, pretty basic for like a setup like this. Not a whole lot going on. There's like wires everywhere and stuff. It's like, I don't know. But it's pretty basic. We've got 3 monitors and then the PC here. It's very dusty. I need to clean it really bad. Do I think 1.21 will be better or worse? It will definitely be a better update. I have almost no doubt about that at this point because some of the things that I've heard from people on the staff team are just absolutely amazing. I honestly am so excited for the update. I can't wait at all. Why did I start Twisted and how did I meet Kraz? Well, I started Twisted because I was looking for just tornado games on Roblox randomly one day, and I found Twisted, I played the game, fell in love with it, and just never really stopped playing the game. And as for how I met Kraz, I was kind of introduced to him by a bunch of other creators when I was first gaining traction on YouTube. People wanted to collaborate with me a lot, and there was a giant collaboration that I was a part of one day, and Kraz happened to be in it, and I thought it was really cool, so I just kept talking to him, I guess. Am I going to play/upload other storm chasing games? If so, which ones, and will they be in Roblox? So, you know, I've always been looking for other games to try out, and I've found some other games that I've been pretty good at and really liked, but I just don't really know how to turn gameplay from those games into good videos, because it's not really chaotic and extreme like all my Twisted videos are, and more laid back. And they're not really storm chasing games, but more just storm related games. Because it's really difficult to come across other storm chasing games. But I found some good storm tracking games here and there. And I don't really know how to turn any of those games into a video though, because it's not quite the same as Twisted. How did I meet and become friends with Iron and Kraz? Okay, well, I already explained how I became friends with Kraz, but Iron is kind of a funny story. Believe it or not, I actually used to kind of hate Iron. He used to kind of follow similar themes to my videos, and I thought he was copying me because of it, but he really wasn't. But there was some aspects that he did later admit that he was kind of just blatantly copying off of me and Kraz. But that's all in the past, and I wanted to do a collab with Iron around a year ago, and we've kind of just been friends since. Thoughts on the 1.20 rerolling bot? I kind of explained this in the recent video I did about how Twisted feels dead, but I'm really not a fan of them. I think they make everything too much more common, which is a step in the wrong direction. Stuff is already too common as it is. We need to kind of step backwards and make stuff a little bit less common, because it's part of what's ruining Twisted. August 13th, 2024. You know what's going to happen, right? No, I don't know what's going to happen on the 13th of August, but I do know what's going to happen on the 14th of August, and that is the 227th day of the year. I know what you're trying to do there, but you're just not quite right with your math. What do I think my greatest video was? My favorite video that I've ever made was probably the unlimited high risk video, which really, like, I can't find a whole lot that's bad about that video. I just love it all around. It's probably like what I'd say was my best video I've ever made. I really love the video, and the fact that I managed to fit 12 chases in one video with the recording from only 3 days is ridiculous. What is my favorite vehicle in the game? Now, my favorite vehicle to use in the game is the Vortex 2 probe truck, just because it has 4 probes and it's the most practical vehicle I could possibly use for my chasing style. But my favorite looking vehicle in the game is definitely the Dominator 3 right now. That just looks absolutely amazing, and all the functional everything about it I just love it. What would I do if 1.21 had no server crashes? Probably be in less servers that crash? I don't really know how to answer that. Oh gosh, here come the stupid questions. Are Fusadon a human, lawnmower, or blender? Right answers wanting. What? I'm a human, I think. I don't know why it'd be a lawnmower or a blender. That's concerning. Aries fusion from Twisted or Beta? Wrong answers only. What am I supposed to say here? I'm from a nuclear power plant? Alright. Well, that is going to do it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any more questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.